So, people are good. That is the thesis statement that I'm going to start this off with. For those of you who do not feel like staying throughout the whole video, I'm just going to summarize what I'll be talking about so that you can get the gist of my... Fuck, I dropped my pen. Essentially, I admit that not all people are good, that evil exists, that most likely, like a lot of you might think that you are good people, and you're most likely right, which means that you probably can have grace towards other people because they are just trying their best and being good. Social media shows us a lot of negative stuff, so we think that the world is evil. Yes, if you get into a position of power, it might corrupt you. And ultimately, we should just love each other, and that's it. So, that's the summary. If you don't want to hear the extended version, you're welcome to click off now. But, yes.
Thanks for coming.
People are good. I believe this because I feel like I am not necessarily a terrible person. I have flaws. I mean, there's a pack of cigarettes lying right there. I smoke.
Stop smoking.
I guess. But other than that, I don't think that people in the world is necessarily, like no one goes into this world with malice in their hearts, Now, I do admit that evil exists and evil people exist. I mean, Epstein.
The Epstein Files! The fucking Epstein Files!
I admit, there are some bad actors out there that are trying to do bad things. And you most likely have encountered many of those people. Give me 1 second. I just need to fix the fire. Let's throw some wood on that. Yes, there are definitely bad actors out there who are in it for themselves, who are going to screw over and step on everyone else in order to put themselves ahead. And that sucks that those people exist. And I know some of you, many of you, probably encountered those people, and that's kind of given you this basis of why people are bad, So I know and I acknowledge that these actors are out there in the world, and I see it online very often. This thesis that I have is basically thinking that the majority of people are not like that. The majority of people are the opposite. They are more victims of the system rather than those who are out there who are in it for themselves. Ultimately, people are just trying their best. I am trying my best. You are trying your best. We're just trying to survive in this crazy world, and there's a lot of shit out there, and things are happening. And what can we do? We are essentially born into the system, and then we're trying to figure it out as we go along, and we're trying to build off of that. We're trying to our best to just kind of get through the day, manage to get some food, maybe some shelter, like being able to sleep that evening. We are just trying to pay our taxes and maybe have a couple of friends and maybe unwind with a video game or a glass of wine or a cigarette.
Oh my God.
At the end of the day, it's just being human after all. We're trying our best in the system, but that does not necessarily mean that we are bad people for trying our best. Now, I believe that there are two kinds of people when it comes to this whole are you good or are you bad thing. Either A, you think you're a good person, You are trying your best.
I'm trying my best.
And you think that, people wouldn't see you as a terrible person at all. And to those people, I'd say, yes. I think you would recognize that you have made mistakes and that maybe when you were younger, you probably did some bad things. And so you are not that person anymore. You've grown up. You've learned from your mistakes. Maybe you screwed a lot of people over when you were younger, or you did bad things, or you spent time with a lot of wrong people that you have since cut out. And you do wish for some grace for those mistakes that you've made when you were younger. I know when I was 16, 17 years old, a teenager in an all-boys school, I was kind of homophobic. And it actually took, when I was in college, I actually met like a really cool guy who turned out to be gay, and he was just a guy, and he was super nice. And then I was like, oh, they're just people like I am. They just like things differently than me. And so the homophobia kind of died at that point. But the thing is, I don't want people to be like, but Paul, you were a fucking homophobe when you were 16, that part's still in you. I mean, no, I grew up, I learned, I saw more of the world, and it kind of changed how I see things. So if you think you are a good person, I caution you that the same grace that you want people to give you for your past, maybe you should also extend that grace to others. The second type of person is you think you're an asshole. You think you do not deserve any grace whatsoever. You're a bad guy.
Knew it! You're a bad guy!
Or gal, and in between. And you don't think that anyone should, you are capable of bad acts. And so, because you think this way, other people are obviously thinking this way too. And yes, you are probably trying to, you're out for yourself, you're in survival mode. It's eat or be eaten, dog eat dog world, that kind of deal. What did I write here? The thing is, I think you're only seeing your flaws, and I'm sure there are great things about you too. Nobody is born into this world absolutely incapable of anything. If you think you are bad and you only see the bad things around you, I would posit that maybe forgive yourself. You are not completely and utterly incapable of empathy and love and things like that, even though it feels like you don't deserve it because you are such a horrible human being. I think that you are trying your best, and you do deserve love at the end of the day, because you're most likely wonderful, and I don't think you recognize that enough. So if you think you're bad, and then by proxy everyone is probably bad like you, probably not. Nobody, at least nobody that's probably watching this video, is a complete and utter evil person. Maybe you just made bad choices, and it's easy to rectify that. Just learn from the bad choices and try to turn a new leaf, Now, this brings me to social media.
Ew!
Because ultimately, we do not go outside and touch grass enough. You are watching a YouTube video. That means you're indoors somewhere watching this video right now. You're probably not, oh, what a lovely day at the park. Let me whip out my phone and watch Paul on the fucking YouTube, No, we spend a lot of time on our phones now, and it's become more and more normal, especially with each passing generation now. We are becoming more and more addicted to our phones, which means that we are drip fed a lot of crap. I'm not even going to touch on AI shit. Today is simply about the fact that an algorithm is there to kind of push bad things towards you. And I know there's a bunch of wholesome stuff and people are doing digital detoxes and all of that stuff, but ultimately everyone's warped sense is just we are getting fed all of this bad stuff all the time, and because we see it so often, we kind of create this bias that this is how the world is. Obviously, because what else could it be? Like, we're only seeing the bad stuff. We're only seeing the bad people that are doing these bad things all the time. So it must be a bad world out there. Not my world, not my little circle that I live in. No. I personally know Bob, Greg, and Sam, and they're good guys, but no. Those guys on the internet, those other guys over there, they're bad.
What?
Bad! They're all bad!
I think a lot of them their algorithm is saying that you're bad. Like, it is the whole internet culture is there to kind of trigger us to just see the worst things in each other. And I feel like that is poisoning our perception of humanity in general. Yeah, if you are drip fed toxic radiation every single day, then very likely that will make you toxic yourself. I mean, there are so many video essays about what the Red Pill community has done to men and how misogynistic those things are. And I think, yeah, it's a good conversation to have, but I'm not going to say anything new about it. And there's also a lot of people like videos out there about, how bad your phones are to you. What I'm getting at with this whole spiel of this whole video is that be aware that you are being fed the worst stuff, and that most likely the cashier at the supermarket and the guy delivering your Uber Eats meal and your neighbor next door who really is into metal music and it kind of annoys you a little bit, but you can live with it. Those people are probably not bad people. And you see a lot more of them just kind of living their lives and doing their things out there in the world outside of your Black Mirror. Woo! Black Mirror reference. Because the Black Mirror is your phone, right? Because it's like when your phone's dead, it's like a mirror because it's reflective. That's where Black Mirror comes from. I know it's like dark reflection, but it's a thing about technology. And your smartphone is a black cube and it reflects light. And then when you close your phone, then it's black and it's a mirror and it's mirroring you. And then you look down and you have your double chin. It's so the thing that happens with social media, you're being shown all these bad things all the time. And some of it are lies. Let's be honest. People on the internet can lie to you. People on the internet can exaggerate or villainize. And thus, these things escalate. And then you think that you need to be the opposite, the counterculture to that thing. And it constantly goes back and forth. Throughout at least modern history, as far as I know, there's always been counterculture. And sometimes the counterculture is good and we lead to more progressive things. And then if that's taken too far or starts being villainized and lied about, another counterculture is in return, and then it might be regressive. So I feel like we are influenced by social media so much that we feel like we need to be reactionary towards it. And I think just don't fall for it. You are not immune to propaganda. neither am I. I am extremely susceptible to propaganda. Half my opinions are probably... I am extremely susceptible to propaganda. There are certain movies I don't watch because the internet told me it's bad. I should probably watch those movies and make up my own mind. And most likely they are bad. But, you know, I have fallen for a lot of stuff. There's a lot of YouTuber and content creators' opinions I value very much. But it's only because they told me something is bad, and then I'm like, yeah, you make a compelling argument about this person I've never heard about. How many of you watch videos about people you've never heard about, and then you're like, yeah, I hate them too now, because you talked about them and you put them in a bad light. Meanwhile, you could have probably gone and watched them and figured it out for yourself, so it wouldn't be surprise Pikachu face. But I fucking eat that shit up, so I can't actually even say anything. Like Jawbree's channel or The Right Opinion. Yes, those guys. Great work, fantastic editing, and they talk about people I have no idea who they are, but I'm still like, fuck those guys. Let's recognize that we can be influenced by opinions on the internet. That if you engage with enough content, it'll influence your opinion, and you will probably try to counter it with some harder opposite stance, especially if it brings outrage to you. Now, there are good people who very likely became bad after attaining a certain amount of power. As they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. There are a string of people who I don't need to name, but all I'll say is billionaires who essentially look like evil people. Not that they're clever Machiavellians who are busy puppet mastering the whole government and things like that. No, they're just greedy bastards who basically are doing everything in their power and throwing their weight around in order to get more money. And I don't understand why, but then again, I've never been rich and powerful. So maybe if I was rich and powerful, I'd be corrupt as well, I suppose. I mean, I just want a good-ish life and not stress about money, but you know, I just want to buy a house. I don't even want to buy a house as an investment. I just want to buy a house so I don't have to pay like rent every month. When you are in a position of power, it can influence you. You can become evil. And I'm not saying that some of the billionaires, oh, if only they weren't rich, then maybe they'd be nicer people. Who knows? Maybe they're ruthless businessmen because that's how they're wired. See, the beginning of this video-ish, when I basically talked about not everyone is good technically. There are some exceptions. Some evil people are out there. It is really weird that a lot of the evil people tend to be in positions of power. It is, yeah. But then again, isn't that the system that we created and the system that we're living in? That if you do not trample on people, you will never be, you know, rich and successful, which sucks. You know, I'm sure there are relatively well-off people who are kind and loving and caring and do charity work, but I'm not talking about those people. I am talking about, you know, the super rich people that will never have that amount of wealth in our lifetime. I'm talking about those people. It is weird that a lot of them tend to be a bit more on the morally dubious sides. All of this to say that try your best. Just try your best. You're probably not a bad person, and that guy who cut you off on the highway is probably not a bad person either. They are some people who you perceive as being bad are most likely just victims of the corrupt system that we've all grown up in. And I mean, there are a lot of corrupt systems out there. I mean, there's been evidence that the patriarchy is not good for men or women, kind of thing. Or it's obviously not good for women, but it also badly affects men. I mean, the whole capitalistic system is kind of reaching a breaking point. I have a feeling at the moment, and people are starting to kind of wake up that the, mega corporations influencing laws is probably a bad thing. And, also Silicon Valley companies who trade in our personal data and, essentially stealing our time and our attention. All of this is these are corrupt systems that influence us and make us a little crazy. And then we think that we need to fit in or fuck off. And so we end up doing bad things. And I am not immune to this either. I've done bad things. A while ago, I'm not going to regale tales of how badly I've treated people in my past. I have learned and have experienced the consequences of those mistakes that I've made. And I'm sure many of you have as well. Unless you're super young, in which case, go out there and make some mistakes. Be an asshole. Woo! Be an asshole so you can learn the lessons about not being one. Or listen to some older guy in the video, on this video, telling you not to, I guess. When I say that people are good, I obviously don't mean that you should be dumb. I think that we are capable and susceptible to be manipulated and to have our goodness and our charity to be taken advantage of. And that sucks, because those people who are doing it are, they've fallen for the propaganda that they need to be this way in order to survive in this world. And that's the sad reality that we live in, But don't be dumb. You don't have to be taken advantage of. You could still be a nice person without, becoming jaded by the system. We are ultimately just people, and everyone is, I'm harping on this point, but everyone's just trying their best. You can't take your fears of others out on just some woman or some man who's trying to get through their day. I'm just trying to get through the day, and I have no ill intent. Just because I exist does not mean that I am trying to maliciously do anything. I mean, just today I bought coffee, not that coffee, another, like a takeaway coffee, and while I was exiting the shop, I kind of bumped and a bit of the coffee spilled out of the thing and fell on the ground. And I just kind of for a moment looked at it and I was like, oh, whoops. And then I moved on. And then I realized that, I mean, it's not evil of me to have not cleaned up after myself. I mean, you can make the argument that there are people in that shop whose job it is to clean the floors. But for some reason, it's a thought that occurred to me while I was driving home afterwards, that I was like, it wouldn't have taken me a minute to turn around and get like a serviette from the coffee stand, whatever, and just wiping it up. The spill that I made, it wasn't even busy. There wasn't like a queue or anything. There was like 2 other people in the shop. I don't know, like, it's not a lot of effort to be good. It's not a lot of effort to be good. Now, I love people. I think people are fascinating, and they all have their own lives and their own complex existences, and we'll never truly understand another human being fully. We don't even understand ourselves fully sometimes. And that's amazing, because when people do amazing things, when a person, lays down their life to save another person, when a community comes together to help out those in need, in a disaster, when everyone essentially rallies to take care of each other, to survive this disaster together, like those are the moments when you realize that humanity is not just there for themselves. And those who are individualistically minded, they tend to be left behind. They tend to fail. How many movies didn't we watch growing up where the villains were out to get for themselves and then they get screwed over because they did not have the power of friendship, And while I love people, as flawed as I am as a human being, I keep to say, I have cigarettes sometimes. And just to piss everyone off, they're menthol cigarettes. So now both non-smokers and smokers dislike me. As flawed as I am, I think that I'd like to be loved. And I am. I have a very loving family, friends, been in loving relationships, everything. I'm very, very loved by those around me. And because of that, I have the privilege, I'd say, that I can preach to all of you and say that you can love other people too. Because I am the kind of person who is capable of giving love and capable of being loved. I think you are too. I think that you deserve to be loved. And I think that you should be. And think that you can love others as well. And I might not know you, and I might never meet you. But when I say I love people, that includes you. Because you're a good person, whether you know it or not. And I think a lot of other people need to find out that they are too. They can learn from their mistakes. I don't believe that a lot of the people out there who are doing bad things, I think if they have half the opportunity to experience genuine love and care, they would also probably be good. Thanks for watching.